Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me. I'm Marg from Creative Stamping with Marg. Today we are going to make a card using strips of scrap designer series paper. So just a fun layout, quick and easy, great way to use up your designer series paper. All right, we also are using things from the last chance list. So I want to encourage you to look at that because there's lots of good things still there. So I'll show you a couple of things we're using today. And let's get down to the news on my desk. All right, there's always lots of news from Stampin' Up. So I've got it organized here on my desktop so we can deal with it. Hope I'm straight there, sorry. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right, so you can see on the top here, I have the virtual album retreat, which is happening April 29th, April 30th, and May 1st. This is something that you purchase, and the number is 168051. It is $340, but it's a 3-day event, and you make 10 double scrapbook pages. You receive 2 stamp sets, exclusive designer series paper, and linen thread, embellishments, and a package of 25 page protectors. They'll show you all kinds of great things to do with your scrapbooking pictures, and for any of you that are interested in that, it looks like it's going to be an awesome retreat. Okay, the next thing I have up here are still the product of the month. Now we'll go to the most recent one. Eyelet Blooms is the die that is the product of the month for April. Now to receive this product, excuse me, you have to place an order with Stampin' Up that reaches $100. Once your order reaches $100, you'll see at the top of where you're ordering a little red bar that goes across, and as soon as you reach $100, it says you are eligible to purchase this. This die is $5. So that's the one for April, product of the month. We have a product of the month every month. So this is April's. Now, if you didn't want this one, whoops, I've got them in the wrong order here. This is March's. If you didn't get this one, this is the Notes of Spring stamp set, and I've used it a couple of weeks ago making cards. Really cute with the little animals, and it has happiest birthday wishes, especially for you, and a little note of thanks as the greetings. So it's pretty versatile. So if you didn't purchase this one, you are eligible to get this one also with a $100 order, and it's $5. The Painted Illusions Designer Series paper is still available. It was the February product of the month. So it's 12 by 12 designer series paper, 12 sheets, 3 each of 4 double-sided designs. Gorgeous paper. I've used it a lot also. So if you didn't receive that, if you have a $100 order, you can also put this on for $5. Okay, so that's the product of the month. And of course, we're almost the end of April. May, beginning of May, we'll have a new product of the month. So something more to look forward to. Okay, this is the Paper Pumpkin Kit, May's Paper Pumpkin Kit Sparkling Celebrations. Needs to be subscribed to by May the 10th. It makes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with 9 coordinating envelopes. Your classic Stampin' Spot is Misty Moonlight this time, and it says creates bold celebratory cards perfect for invitations, congratulations, and special occasions. So it looks like lots of fun. Those look like those lanterns, hanging lanterns. Okay, and if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber and you would like the add-on dies for the 3 months, these dies were for April, May, and June's kit. They are called Wonderful Scenes Dies Add-on. The number is 168665. They are $18, and you receive all these dies that go with the 3 months of Paper Pumpkins. Okay, I have the front of the catalog to show you here. This is our new catalog, May to August 2026. If you're interested in getting your hands on one of these catalogs and you don't have a demonstrator in Canada, you can get a hold of me and I would gladly get one sent to you. Okay, and just this is another mention. I have a class on this Saturday, April 25th, in my home studio, and we're making 4 cards that are fun folds. And there's the pictures of the cards. I do have the cards all here. I can show them to you. There's that one, and this one, and this one. Don't have enough hands here. And this one. So all fun folds, all different papers we're using, just for something different, and hopefully that would interest you. So you can contact me again if you're interested. If you're local and you can come to my class, please contact me. All right, I think that's all the news. I did mention to check the last chance list. Still lots of great things on there, and we're using 2 of the items today. And remember that with our new catalog, there is some price increases coming, so you may want to stock up on some of the sort of essential things like white envelopes or your adhesives, things like that definitely are going up. Okay, let's get to our card. Today we are using modern Christmas paper. I know that sounds funny, but this modern Christmas paper, I don't know if you saw it, and it is in the last chance list. It's on for $20.70. This paper had all the Christmas things on it, but the opposite side of this paper is all black and white. So I thought we'd use the black and white sides today and make this layout. All right, so we're using modern Christmas paper. I did pull in the January product of the month, Fabulous Sayings, only because I wanted a bigger thank you, and this one fit, but of course you can use any greeting that you want. And our card base today, I'm using thick basic white. It is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and it's going to open this way. I have a layer of basic black, 4 by 5 1/4, that's going to go on the top, and this is what we're going to build on, so I'm just going to leave that here. And my strips of paper are 1 1/4. So they're 1 1/4 wide, and they're 2 different lengths. So I have 2 that are the same length and 2 that are a bit shorter, but they're all 1 1/4 wide. So the longer pieces are 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. So I played around with this, how I wanted to lay it out. I also looked at laying it onto a white piece and putting it on a black card, but I liked it on the black better. Now, you can see that one of the papers in that Modern Christmas, it was the one with the gold stars on the back, has the trees. So obviously it has to be laid this way. It's directional. The rest of them aren't directional. So this is that layout. Makes me think of a quilter's square. I'm not sure what that block is called, but it goes like this. Now, these 2 shorter pieces are 1 1/4 by 2 5/8. So they go like, you just build it going around your rectangle. So they go like this. Now there's very little space between our pieces. Okay, and it goes like that. So you're building a square, or I shouldn't say a square, you're building a rectangle. You've got a blank in the middle. Now I have made this card where I've cut another piece of either designer series paper or cardstock and put it in the middle. It would, if I was doing that, that middle rectangle would be 1 1/4 by approximately 2 1/4. So you could put another piece in there. I've chosen not to do that because I am using the modern oval punch today, which looks like this. It is on the last chance list. It was $34. It's now on for $27.20. I've used it a lot. So I punched out a white piece of cardstock and I heat embossed, I don't know if you can tell, that's heat embossed with black, the words thank you. And I'm going to pop it up on there like that. So I'm not choosing to put another piece of paper there. You could if you wanted. All right, and I have a strip. This is 3/4 inch wide, I think. And again, this is just scrap paper out of my package that's going on the inside. Okay. And then we'll worry about our embellishments after. But this is quick and easy to put together. Really simple way to use up scrap paper. And as you can see, as I showed you, this is all scrap that I've got in here. I don't have very much of this paper left in full sheets, but I had a lot of scrap. So I thought, you know what, that's what I'm going to do today. So it looks good in a lot of different papers, and I've done it in a different paper to show you. Now I'm just going to lay my pieces out this way, and we're going to flip them over, and we're going to put our glue on them. Okay, so this, like I said, very quick and easy. You just have to decide how you want your pieces. I always dry fit my pieces first before I go ahead and put them on my actual piece of cardstock. So now that I've got my glue running, I'm going to turn the pieces over and I'm going to get my glue on them, because you know how much trouble I have with this glue. Ugh. So I will just, I don't know whether it's because I live in Alberta and the air is really dry here. I don't know whether that clogs this up easily or not. I'm not sure. I do find it better if I leave this glue laying on its side as opposed to standing on end. All right, so let's just move this out of the way, and I'm going to start with, I always like to start in the top. So I'm going to start with the trees. I'm going to keep this paper nice and straight on my grid paper here. Like I said, you have very little edge, but I'm just going to lay it down till I get my other piece in there and see if I've done that right. I think I can move it over a little bit. That looks good. This one goes on the bottom here. And again, you're just looking at lining up your pieces so they, sorry, I got a little glue on my finger there. And this. So, I mean, this is as easy as it is. You just need to get your pieces in here and line them up like that. Okay. And then this is going, we're going to pop this on the top. We'll just give that a second to dry. I can go ahead and glue this into my inside of my card. Because my card is thick, basic white, I'm not adding an extra piece for my writing. You can write right on this. I'm going to go ahead and glue this in. So, and being that this paper had the gold on the opposite side, this would look great done that way also, I thought. So there's another way I can use up some more of my strips of my scrap DSP. So I thought that looked good on the inside, just with the trees at the bottom. And we'll glue this on the front. It's going straight on. You could put this up on dimensionals if you chose, but I'm just going to glue it straight down. Oops. Like this. And it is giving you that nice white border, which I like because this, being black and white, I like the contrast with the black and the white here. Now I see my little strip is sticking off the back a bit, so I brought my scissors because I thought I might have to cut this. Just trimmed it off. So that strip was 3/4 inch by 5.5. Obviously I had it a little bit too long, but you can always trim it. So that's our inside simple. I think I'll just leave it blank for now. I'm not going to put a greeting on it. Now, before I put this on, I thought that looked, take this out of here. I thought that looked a little bare, so I wanted to add something, and I went looking for ribbon, and I don't have any ribbon that is current that I thought would go with this. So I went into my stash of ribbon, which I have a large stash of ribbon. Please use what you have. That's my goal, is to use up some of these things that I have and that are retired. It doesn't matter, I don't think, to your recipient whether the ribbon is retired or your gems or whatever. So try to use some of those things up. So what I thought I'd do with this, I found this was a gold and silver combo pack we had. And I liked the silver with the black. So I thought I might just run this, you know, side to side and just put my ribbon like this. You could even do that, or roll it again like it's a bow, kind of have the loopies sticking out the ends. I kind of liked the look of that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So what I like to do on the back, if I'm running ribbon, is I take my Stamp and Seal, and I just run some seal across that I can stick my ribbon to, hopefully. And I wanted, this ribbon does have, I think, a right and a wrong side. This is all silver. The opposite side has the white. You can see a white line going through. So I want it to be all silver if I can manage it. So we'll see how I do here. So I thought I would loop it through like this and make my loop and turn the ribbon so that it's still the silver, like that. And turn it so it's still the silver. I'm going to turn it this way to make it work. And I think that looks good. And then out to there. So see how that, having that seal on the back really helps you play with your ribbon a little bit. All right, so let's have a look at that before I cut my ribbon. What do I think? I think that looks good. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to trim my ribbon off here. Like that. Get that out of the way. And I will put dimensionals on this. And I think I will put a piece of, I use just regular Scotch tape fairly often on the backs of my cards where you can't see it. I'm just going to put some Scotch tape across there. No one's going to know. You could use your double-sided tape, the tear and tape if you wanted, but no one's going to know about that. Okay, I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back here, and I'm not putting the dimensionals on the ribbon. I'm putting them on just the card, because if you put them on the ribbon, then they pop up a bit too much, and they often don't stick. So we'll take the backs off of our dimensionals, and that is the greeting for our card. And I like the way this looked using that oval punch, and I thought it's a good way to use that oval punch and show you that it is a useful tool. So there's our card, very simple. And the inside, I did have some, I brought some rhinestones out. Seeing we use the silver ribbon, I thought maybe I want the rhinestones. So we will get my take your pick tool here and put a few rhinestones on it. And I think I will, I hesitate to put it on the raised where I've used dimensionals behind something, because when you put this in an envelope, that definitely rubs through. So I'm thinking I might put one right in the middle there. And these come in 3 sizes. So I'm thinking I might just put the other 2, a medium and a small right here, like that. There we go. So just a little bling on there, but very simple. These would be good to, if you had to mass produce, because you could use this paper or you could use all kinds of other paper. Any paper would work for this. What I was going to show you is the opposite side of these strips, how you could use them with the gold side. So, of course, one of these sides had the decorations on it. So, I mean, it would definitely be Christmas. But here's one with the gold on it. And the trees, as I showed you, had the stars. And what else did we have in our strips here? Sorry, I've got them all tucked away again. What was the other ones? Oh, these trees with the gold on them. So there's lots. So you could have done a card very similar to this with the gold. Now, if you took this out, because it's definitely Christmas, I think you get away with those trees. But what was one more that we have that we could have used here? So, dig in my package. Sorry, I should have had these all out. Oh, and the stripe. There was a stripe. So you could have used those 4 pieces and done your card that way. You know what I mean? So that could have been like this, and this, and this, and this. And that would have made a neat card. And you could have used gold ribbon on there. So that would have worked out well. So I thought maybe I would do another one, but use the gold side. All right, I'll show you my sample card that I made. Now this was done from the product of the month, the Painted Illusions paper. Exactly the same layout, except I did it on a white cardstock. I fussy cut out my words from the same package, actually. Product of the month, the happy birthday was there. And I just fussy cut it out. I did it on white, and I used some silver twine that I had and some silver embellishments. And this card opens this way. So again, you could also change your orientation. It could be this way. Doesn't matter. And then on the inside is that and a little strip of paper. So there's the two cards, same layout. Look a little bit different, depending on what you use for your greeting, makes it so much different. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, I sure appreciate your thumbs up and your comments. So give this a try. Really quick and easy. Great way to use up 1 1/4 inch strips of designer series paper. And remember that modern Christmas paper is black and white on the other side, so it's very useful and versatile in that way. And it is on the last chance list, as is the modern oval punch that we use today. All right. Hope everybody has a great week, and I hope to see you next week.